Hello there. Alrighty, it's time for another happy hour. So I figure what I'm going to do is I have these negatives left over from the last 2 happy hours I've done, so I figured I'm going to play with these and see what we can come up with. So I still have my bag of excuse me, white scraps, so I can see if I can use some of these up. That would be nice. Let's see, I've got all different sizes in here. These look like a variety of sizes. Yes. Some real skinny strips, some wider ones. I might need some of these ones. All right. So let's look and see what we've got here. Alrighty, I want to look at these apples first. For some reason, they're calling out my name. So let's see what we've got in here. Apples, apples, apples. And more apples, and more apples. And more. That's perfect. Alrighty, we've got a few apples in here. Very good, and the rest of those we can put over there. Good, I guess we're playing with apples today. That'll be nice. I'll leave that on, why not? Alrighty. Ooh, that's a double. Can I cut that right in the middle? I sure can. Perfect. Alright, that's a lot of apples. Alright, we don't need to make that many, but we'll make either 4 or 6. We'll see. Alrighty, so let's see. Which ones will they fit on? I think some of these will be the perfect size. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess we're making 4. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks good to me. Nice. Alrighty dighty. Yeah, I think these are going to be pretty. So first things first, let's go ahead and get these glued down. Alrighty. And I need my little rubber mat. What did I do with my rubber mat? I picked it up and threw it somewhere because it was in my way. I can glue it on this because I can wipe it off, but I'd really rather use my rubber mat. And I know I've got extra ones. Alrighty. Oh, maybe I threw it in here. In there. Nope. Alright, well, I've got some wipes here. I guess I'll just use this. Why not? I can just use this and wipe it off. That'll work. Right here, I'll use this and then wipe it off. If need be. Is that underneath there? Of course it is. Of course it is. It's right there, where it's supposed to be all along. Of course. That's pretty. There, that's nice. Purda. I really do enjoy playing with negatives. They're just so much fun. Nice. This looks like it needs to be trimmed down the side here. That looks better. All right. I know, tiny little, teensy tiny sliver, but that made a difference for me. There. We were talking today about my oldest grandson, how He used to turn everything into telephones when he was little. Oh, he loved the cell phone idea. And he would use our TV controller. He would use a pickle. He used to pick pickles a lot because he loved pickles. And he'd pick the pickle up, and I don't know why, he would always put it on his forehead and say, hello, hello. It was so cute. Oh, that boy is just so darling. Oh my goodness. And every time we go to great grandma's with a button chair, and yes, because she had the lift up chair, and that's how he knew whose house it was, because there were so many grandmas and great grandmas around. So when we go over to great grandma with the button chair's house, then every time she'd get something new, the old stuff would go up in the attic. And so she had controllers like crazy. She had quite a few TVs up there, and each one had their own controller, and she had a couple fans that were given to her that had controllers, and Cody loved the controller. So every time we go over there, she'd give him another controller to play with. And then she couldn't handle it. She'd have to send it home with him. It was so cute. And he walked around and he'd press those buttons, and then he'd stick it on his forehead and start saying, hello, hello. He was so cute. And anytime a phone would ring, he would go crazy if you didn't answer it. And there was a pizza place up the road from our house called Great Oak Pizza. And the phone would ring, and he would go crazy because they didn't answer it right away. And he'd start yelling, phone, 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 because he wanted them to answer that phone. It was so cute. It's fun thinking of all the cute little things the kids did when they were little. That is cute. I like that. Maybe right there. Why not? I like the little bow idea. That's quite cute. That's fun. And I moved my little desk lamp up. At the other house, and I had it up higher, and it worked much better. And I don't know what made me think of putting it down on the table, but I was fighting with it because it's just not bright enough. But it's got to be up higher, especially when I want to show a close-up of something and pull it up to the camera here. Then the light needs to be higher than the camera so that I can show you what I'm making. That really makes a difference. So now that I've moved it up, I'm happier. Much more happy. Yep. One more. The tip of my fingers. Oh, right there. Ow. Is that from where No, that's on the side. I was wondering if that was from the fibromyalgia where I'm getting paint, pins and needles, which that's what it feels like because it's over on the side. Or right here is where I press the ukulele chords. But that's like right on the pad here. So this is over. Oh, as soon as I touch that, I can feel it. Wow. That's really weird feeling. Alrighty then. My hands have been really sore for 3 days now. The arthritis is acting up, making it difficult to open things. It's really interesting getting older. Trying to figure out how to do things. These are cute. I like that. I've got a little flower here. Oh, I've got buttons in there too. I forgot about that. Oh, that's right. This came off my robe the other day. I had a string hanging on my robe, so I cut it off and made it into a bow. What did that look like? Terrible. That looks much better. All right, we've got these green buttons. Wonder what that would look like. That's just tape on there, huh? I don't even know where that came from. That's cute. A button and a bow? Nope, that's kind of stupid. Okay. Nope, don't like that. And a little flower that I found. And I stuck a brad through it. It looks like a little cherry blossom or apple blossom. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I should do that on this one since it's a different color. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That is a cute idea. All right, let's glue this down. I'm liking that. Let's go for it. Put that down there. There. And do I need a red dot in the middle or just stick that in there? I think I might, or at least if I put a gem, I'm not going to want to put it in there. A red dot I might. Let's see. Did I just throw some red away? Yes, I did. All right. So I'm wondering if I do a red dot. Yeah, and if I take something out to punch dots, then I may as well go ahead and punch a few of them. You never know what you need, you know? Yep. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. That's cute. And then that'll definitely show off. Okay, I like that. So let's do that. Let's get some more glue in there. There. And come on, lay back down there. Now come up. All right, that's not gonna work. There's glue on the back. All right, like so. Don't use that, use the pencil eraser. That works. And then I can dunk this in that glue. Get it wet and then put that right on there. That'll work. I like that. That is pretty. I like it. That's a cute little embellishment. Why not? Hey, Mikey, she likes it. Now, what else? I like that one. I've got more flowers. I could do more flowers. Let me see. Do I have? I've got flowers. Boy, does she have flowers. Yes, I do. I've got these ones. Whoops, as I'm dumping them out. Did I dump them on my dress? Nope. All right, but I've got them here. Need to remember to keep that up. Whoop, that sticky dot came right off. Alrighty. Do you want that right here with the little flower? Oh, the flower on the bottom. Nope, I don't like that. Not liking that flower either. That little Judas moved over. There, that looks better. What about that one? Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that one. I like that. All right, I'm gonna go for that one. So let's go ahead and glue this, and that's bothering me because it's over on the wrong side. dollop of glue there and lay that right on there. Then we can squirt some glue here. Put that there. Put that on here. I like the way that looks. That's cute. Alrighty, now what about the same thing but with this pink one here? How would that look? No, that's ooky. I don't like that. And that silly little thing, move back over. Alright, so let's force it over. Alright, that looks better. That's cute. Alright, let's do this one too. Why not? So let's squirt some glue here. And squirt a little dab right there. A little dab will do ya. Put that there. Ta-da! And then we can put this down. What if we did this one crooked? No, I don't like it crooked. I like it right in the middle. Right there. Okay. That's better. All right, that looks better. Then we need something else. Another little one. Oh, there's a butterfly. Ooh, we could put a butterfly up on something. I have more butterflies. Oh, there's another one of those. All right, let's do the same thing. Put the bow there and a little flower there. I like to make sure that I get both pieces that are hanging down in that glue also. So that's what I'm doing when I'm using my tweezers to press down to try to get all four, the two loops and the two strings hanging down into that glue. That way it holds it where I want it to be. There we go, much better. All right, those are cute. I like that. Nice, nice, nice. Let me press this down again. Make sure that stays down. Oh yeah, that's better. Keep that down. Good, good, good. Now, what would that look like if we added a butterfly? That's too many colors going on. Although that is kind of cute. How many more butterflies? Up there is another one. I guess it doesn't really matter what color it is because it's just a butterfly and I have 4 of them. Let's add butterflies on. Why not? Let's do that. Besides, that's fun. Got so many tiny little flowers in here. I've been doing good with keeping up with making flowers. And I love making these little bitty ones because you can use them in so many different ways like that. That's just so cute. Do I need another one on here? Maybe that one doesn't need a butterfly. Especially if I put that on. Or maybe it needs the butterfly on the apple. Instead, yes. And then these ones, they can go next to the apple. That's cute. I kind of like it on the right. Yep, because that makes a little triangle. I like that. Huh, alrighty. Well, well, well. I'm doing something a little bit out of my comfort zone. but that's okay. Sometimes that's good to do. Yep, sometimes we need to do stuff that we wouldn't normally do. All right, so let's go ahead and glue these down. That's cute. And one right on the apple. How cute is that? There. That's fun. All right, now let's press these down. Oops, guess I'll do it this way. Yeah, I don't want to touch the butterfly. That's, or touching the bow rather. Those came out cute. I like those. Huh. I'm impressed. Sometimes I impress myself. Alrighty dighty. So we've got 4 little embellishments made already. So now let's see what else we can make. All right, we've got 2 flowers here. So let's make a couple flowers. That's a nice idea. All right, what else do we have here? Do we have one big enough? That might fit, that might fit. That looks like it. Oh, good golly, it does. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm actually impressed. And then these can go over there and that little bitty scraps. Nice idea. Too many things out again. It drives me crazy. It's funny, my younger daughter and I like to talk every night on the phone while we're laying in bed and just chatter away about anything. And that's fun. But neither one of us work out of the home, so we're able to do that. Not that we stay up till wee hours of the morning or anything, because we don't. I'm an old lady, so I like to go to bed early. There and there. All right, I like the contrast. This one, I think, I want to make it thinner on the side, like this one. That is a good idea. Alrighty. Now what? I can wrap fiber or something around the bottom, or put a word across. I could put something in the middle. Ooh, I've got buttons here. That's right, I had those 4 or 5 buttons in here too. I should put those in the button jar. Why do they have tape on them? I must have taped them down to something and then changed my mind. I never took the tape off. Oh no, these were on a card or something. They were on something already that somebody sent to me. That's what it was. And I salvaged the buttons. I pulled the buttons off. So she had them taped. That's what it was. Because I remember pulling it off of that item. Alrighty, what do I want? That would be pretty. That's kind of big though. Alright, we need them a little bit smaller. Oh, those are so pretty. Ooh, like this one. Dark middle. That's pretty. Ooh, and this one here. There we go, and that's the perfect size. Nice. All right, we're going to use those. My little jar of buttons that somebody gave me. All right, so let's put some glue here. That's pretty. All right, now what? Something to go across the bottom. Do we want a piece of paper, like a pretty piece, a little pretty scrap, or some gems, or some, let's see, what do I have in here? That might be too much. Yeah, that's too much. I'm thinking kind of the same thing with this. That's too much, especially the color. The color's kind of gross with that. All right, anything else that I have in here? Purple, blue, black. Nope, I think that's it for this. All right. Oh, you know what? I have this that I made the other day. That would work. I could use a piece of that on both of them and just cut it in half lengthwise. That is a good idea. All right, let's do that. Cut a piece of this off. And then we can put this back on. There we go. And then we can trim that edge off neatly. That's better. Then we can cut it in half long ways. And we need one to be a little bit thinner than the other. So this one is wider, and this one is thinner. Perfect. Now, we can put that on and trim it off. Do I like that? I'm not sure, and this does not look even. You know what? I would like that if I put the black strip right on top of it too. That's what I'll do. That'll be pretty. So if I put this on first, and then this on, there, and then we can trim that off. Okay, I've got a little piece of that. Where'd that go? I had it right over here. A little bitty piece of, there it is, right there. Going right across the center. And that kind of tones it down. I like that. All right, let's do that. So let's do it. Nice, nice, nice. There. Then we can add another piece to the other one. How far did that glue go over? Nope, not quite far enough. There. That finger's really sensitive. Good golly. All right, that's pretty. I like that. Now, I'm thinking maybe those little itty bitty gems. I know I've got some in here. Oh, let's see. Where's the plain silver ones? Oh, that's red. Oh, there's silver ones in there. Good. Always, nope, I don't want those for sure. All right, good. Those are just more flowers. All right, so let's look in here. And yes, let me see. Should I have a cup in here? Yeah. These little bowls. That'll work. Let me see what this is going to look like. Where did my piggy? There it is. My piggy stick. Those are actually teardrops. But that might be kind of cool looking if I did one on either side. That's a bigger one. That's like a sequin thing. What if I put the sequin in the middle and then one of these on either side? That might look kind of neat. There's one up that way, there. That would be cool, I think. Ooh, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna do that. That looks cool. So I'm gonna put the glue down here and then move those over to this. That'll work. All right, so, and I need a little teeny tiny bit of glue. So, let's see, I need a little piece of paper. And a little tiny squirt of glue. There. And my yellow pen there, because this is empty. So then I need one little dot in the middle. And then let's see what that looks like. What? Hi, you coming up? Oh gosh, he's gonna come up and try to get up on my desk. I've got my cord going across right over here, and that's the side that he usually tries to crawl up on. Come here. Come here, over here. Come here. Come on this side. There you go. Hi. Do you need some loves? Huh? Come here. Come here. I'll give you some loves. Come over here. Yes. There. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, come here. There you go. Is that what you wanted? Huh? I know that's not what you want. You went up on my desk. You're not going on my desk with all that stuff up there. Nope, not tonight. Sorry. Maybe later. That's pretty. I like that. All right. So that's nice. So now I could do it similar again. Do I have another one of those little... Oh, I've got a little star in there. Could put a star in the center. Oh, I've got 3 stars. There's another star. And another star. Those are so tiny. Oops, did I pick up the other one? There it is. All right. Let's move these off. There. And then we'll put the glue on. That'll be pretty, 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 pretty. So there's glue there. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Let's do this. These are fingernail gems. Got them at the Dollar Tree, and I just refill these little containers. These containers I got off of Amazon with fingernail gems in them too. That's cute. I like those. Yep, I do. Not too shabby. Alrighty, but fingernail gems on cards are perfect. I love to use them. I like those. All right, what time are we at now? Let's see, 34 minutes. Hey, we're doing pretty good. Not too shabby. Okay, I can dump these back in here. So let's dump these in. Come on, get off my finger. There. Ooh, I even got them all in there. I'm impressed. Okay, so now, what else? I like those. That came out cute. All right, what else do we have? We have more apples, and we have some tags. a tag. We've got some small tags. We've got 3 small tags. Let's use those. And then we've got 3 large ones. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, we are going to make these into embellishments. So now we need something to go behind these. So let's see if we've got a piece big enough for that, which we should. These ones might be for these 2 smaller ones anyways. Oh, heck yeah. Yep, I can trim this one down just a bit, and those should both fit on there perfect. Will that fit the other one? Maybe if I trim it up a little bit. I can trim it up a little. That'll work. All right, why not? Let's make do with what we've got. So, first of all, this top is kind of rough. So we'll trim that off. That looks better. This one needs to be trimmed on this side. And it's a little crooked, so let's straighten that out. That is better. All right, whoops. And this side, let's trim this down. All right, that looks better for me. So let's go ahead and glue these on there. Don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but it'll be fun to see what comes out of it. Okay, we don't need the cat hair glued down there. Alrighty, I need my eraser. Come on, cat hair, come off of there. Alright, you're just going to be a pain in the rear end until I unstick you. There, alright. Good golly molly. That's ridiculous. Alrighty, much better. There, then we can glue this one down. See, that's life with cats and dogs. You end up with hairs all over the place. That's nice. All right, now let's fit this one on. We just have to trim this one up a little. That's better. Okay. No hairs. Perfect. Nice. All right. I like it. Now we just have to trim this apart. There we go. And trim this one down. There. Perfect. There. Now we get to decorate them. How to decorate them? Well, you know what? We've got 3 red dots right here. We could put these on. We could definitely do that. Let's do it. Why not? Put a dot on each one. Since they're already punched out, there. All right, I'm liking that. And what else? Let's see. What do we have in the red bag? Let me look. Let me look. Must have something in there. Oh, we've got little flowers. We've got a nice big flower. Oh, we've got a ladybug. That is so funny. We've got a ladybug. We've got a flower. We've got, how about some smaller items? Oh, we've got a little flower. That's kind of cute. We've got a heart stamp. Oh, we've got more of those. That's kind of cute. What is this? Oh, a frisbee. A frisbee for a dog. Alright, how about something else? How about, what's that? A smiley face? Pretty. Whoop, what's that say? It means so much to keep in touch with a special friend like you. That's nice. Oh, we've got some wee little red flowers. Some wee little ladybugs. A dancing dog or cow. That's funny. Somebody had to have sent that to me. And a rose. Thinking of you. Ooh, that's pretty. A simple thinking of you. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Looks like he's doing the Macarena. Is that what you call it? Macarena? Macarena. Let's see. This needs to be trimmed up a little bit better. That's cute. All right, that with a rose. Nope. I like this. That's kind of neat looking. Nope, I like that heart showing though. I'm liking those. Maybe that, and where'd the ladybug go? Maybe a ladybug sitting on top of that. That would be cute. All right, I definitely want this on here. I don't know why, but I'm really liking that. But I think it needs to be 3D'd up. So let's do that. We've got this edge here. So let's cut some of this off and use it. That'll work. Ta-da! Put that down there. Don't need that paper in there. Alrighty. Then we need glue on this. There, that'll work. That's pretty, I like that. All right, I'm liking that. I like this one too. I think I'm gonna go for it. And I think right there, why not? Let's just do that. Why not? That's why I like having these little things made up beforehand, because you never know. That's cute. I like that. And this with a ladybug on top, I think would be really cute. So let's go ahead and glue this down. There, and then let's get this. Should we do both or just one? Maybe just one. They look like they're talking to each other, but maybe just one will work. That's cute. Why not? Aw. I like that. Those are fun. Now this needs something down here, so I'm thinking maybe some of these, a couple of these little flowers. That would be too big, I think. That's just too silly for that. But maybe some of these. Let's try it. Or I could do him. He could be down. Oh, here. Let's use him. Why not? Yeah, he'll work. Ta-da! There, a little ladybug down on the bottom. That's fun. Good. Then that's all done. Yay! I like that. Alrighty. That's cute. All right. These bunnies I'm saving. Let's go back in there. The heart I can put in here though. All right, now what? I like that. Those are fun. Does it need a bow? I don't think so, because I did put the dots there. I'm kind of liking that. Whoops, I didn't put these flowers back. Wait, I wonder if I should put a flower right there. Or maybe a couple of gems. I don't know. Let's look at the flowers. That I think is done. This one looks done. Let's see what a flower would look like on here. With black dots in the middle. Maybe. The other black dots would be too much. But, or maybe silver. Those little teeny ones. These ones might work. These ones are even smaller. But I think these ones might work. Let's see what we've got in here. Come on. Turn up. The other way. Red and red. I don't want red middle. That's gold. How about just plain old silver? I know if I'd have to go digging through those. All right. I know I've got some just silver ones somewhere. Not in here. These ones right here. Are those hearts or circles or what? Let's see. Oh, they are the dots. Good. That's what I was hoping for. Alrighty, let's try that. Oh yes, as soon as I put that in, that makes them pop. So if I did 3 of those right there, that would be cute. So let's do that. All right. So let's put these on. We need 3 dollops of blue. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, then we need these flowers placed on. 1, 2, and 3. And then we need 3 little tiny dots. Can I do it? Yep. Yep. Yes. Ooh-wee. I'm good. I'm impressed. Alrighty. I'm impressed. All right, that's cute. I like that. That finishes it. Alrighty, what do you think of those? That's pretty cute, huh? I like it, I like it, I like it. Now let's get these dumped back in here. Good, good, good. Much better. Okay. Let's get this back on here and put that away. Put that away. Put these away. We've still got 3 flowers left, and that's okay. We can use them another time. I like having those wee little teeny tiny flowers cut out. These are adorable. I'm liking these. All right, let's check the time because I think we might be done. Oh yes, that's fine. We're about 50 minutes in, so that's pretty good. Look at those. What do you think of those? Aren't they cute? Oops, minus the cat fur. Can you see the little stars on this one? Not really, huh? Kind of. Oh, there they are. Yeah, now you can. Sparkly, and this one has like a hexagon shape and then 2 teardrops on either side. That's pretty. I like these ones with the butterflies. That's fun. And this one with the little ladybug. That's really cute. So do you have a favorite out of these? I'm thinking my favorite is that one. The apple with the little silk flower on it. So if you've got a flower, let me know in the comments. That's always fun to hear. And I hope you enjoyed this happy hour with me. And hopefully you've got some ideas of how to play around with your negatives and your red scraps. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.